Right, onwards.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into tyres?
It seems the hideaway
blasted
is
books.
Molly
at the
Kitchenet.
Can you blame?
Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it. I need a hand with a recipe.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for? I'm not much of a cook.
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. What I want from you is a little of your time, right? Oh, and perhaps your sword.
Right,
Do you remember
okay.
Ivan's stew, right? Well, despite the look of the thing, and that awful stench, people wolf it down. So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself.
Oh, right, yeah.
Had a peek at the book and gave it a go, but, well...
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped. Ivan had the same problem.
Yeah, but this is my blooming kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing favourites, I suggest you lend me a hand.
Okay, sure. I did help you, Van.
I've never been one to play favourites, Molly. And I would be only too happy to lend you a hand. So, what's on the menu this time?
A fried mortress of skyworm. That's one
Skyworm.
heck of a name, innit?
Okay.
Recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Thought I'd followed it to a T. Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what I thought they were. At least I hope they're not, given the rancid mess they made.
Ivan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Who's to say the ingredients even exist anymore?
Well, that's a question for a scholar, wouldn't you say?
Right.
Perhaps you know of one?
Of course.
Kindly old fella who haunts the shelves, maybe?
Fine. I'll go and speak to Harpocrates. Perhaps he'll know something. And if he
Indeed.
does, I'll see if I can find your ingredients for you.
You do that. Lest we forget, you've got a reputation to uphold.
Fun. Not to be outdone. Oh, there's the other quests in here.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be thunder?
Lawsman Harpocrates. I've come to pick your brain if you don't mind. It's about the book you lent Ivan.
Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage, a classic. One of my favorites, in fact. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do hope we shall be able to sample more such marvels in due course.
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose you know where I might find skyworm livers and drake's mint.
So the fabled Saint-Brecois delicacy is next on the menu. Delightful. The descriptions of fried mortress never fail to make my mouth water. Now, skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the wyvern, their ground livers being the paste from which the mortress is made.
Okay.
Dragon livers. How very Saint-Brecois.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren, but apparently not. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern, said to be the very color of the sea beside which it resides.
So we know where to look for our liver. But what about the drake's mint?
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance, a herb which grows along the North Reach coast. I
North
gather
Reach
that
coast.
one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent alone, so I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding them. I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life, in which regard fried mortress of skyworm is undoubtedly a typical dish of the time.
Meaning that if I find one, I find the other. To Northreach, then.
Best of luck, Clive.
Okay.
And do save me a bite once the dish is
Bloody
complete.
cat. Okay. Right. To Northreach. Yeah. That came out of nowhere. What are you doing, cat? Yes, I see you there. Recently switched his food and I swear he's become a different cat. He's so energetic now.
Nothing like a little unrest.
Let the dame hear you say that.
He's having daily zoomies, that's for sure. More like hourly sometimes.
You needn't fret. The creatures have been...
I can't see him, I can just see his eyes poking away. Poking towards me.
To the meadows, then.
That's what they can...
And he hasn't moved, I thought he did.
This one. This one. Get off. Hippocrates said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers.
That's
Should be
kind
easy
of
enough to
bluish,
spot.
right? That's, Blueback Wyvern.
Careful.
This must be our wyvern. Right. Let's get this over with. All yours, Torgal.
Ouchie. Got it. 32,000. Enemy slain. Raptor liver and dragon talon. A raptor liver in.
That's the wyvern's liver. Now I just need to find the herbs. Bright yellow with a heady scent.
That looks like them there. Saint's bonnet. Got.
I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe. Better head back.
Okie dokie. Head back we shall. I do like that Torgal's just sitting there with... Gosh, fucking hell. Shadow, calm down. Bloody cat. Scared the shit out of me.
It seems the hideaway's lost its appetite.
So, did you have that word with Tomes then?
I did, and he was as helpful as ever. He told me exactly where to look, in fact.
Saint's bonnet. While this pungent herb, once known as Drake's mint, has no curative properties, it does have the ability to mask foul odors and flavors, which is why it is found in recipes involving particularly foul-smelling flesh, such as the lights and livers of wild beasts. Some naturalists believe it is the blueback wyvern's proclivity to feed on the carrion that results in the livers becoming so engorged. And that's the saint's bonnets with which... Look at that. I read that right, but bloody hell. And that's the saint's bonnet with which they follow their meals, serve to ameliorate this effect. Others claim that it is the blooms themselves which cause the damage. The wyverns so taken with the flower's taste, they cannot resist. Bloody cat.
And what precisely will I be cooking up? Or is it better not to know?
Blueback wyvern liver. And, a herb known as Saint's bonnet.
Ah, wyvern livers, was it? Well, at least it weren't actual worms, I suppose.
True.
Now then, You stay right where you are. I've got some cooking to do. Let's hope
Indeed.
these grand old chefs of yore knew what they were on about.
Sometime later. That does look quite
And here
nice,
we
to
have
be
it.
fair.
Fried mortress of skyworm. Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption. Well, I say offered. He as good as begged.
And rightly so. Is there any higher honor than partaking in a slice of culinary history?
To be fair, that looks like big chicken nuggets. Oh, that. That does not sound good.
So, not fit for consumption then.
What witchery is this? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet, it is the piquant kiss of the saint's bonnet that tames this savage dish. It is a tour de force, a force of nature even, a maelstrom of flavour and sensation, a graceful beast emerging from centuries of slumber.
Okay.
I think he likes it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking. But I reckon you might be right. It was decent then, I take it.
Decent. It's remarkable. And I defy any man to say a word to the contrary. Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women to procure a dozen blueback wyverns forthwith?
I'll give it some thought.
Yeah, sure. Quest complete. Not to be outdone. Pretty sure we're close to getting our next renown reward. Sharp Fang and Bloody Hide.
It seems the hideaway's
Right.
lost its appetite.
Can you blame them? With the skies as they are?
Time to get this quest.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be thunder?
What does Shirley want?
Sid, perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
I can certainly try. Who's gone missing this time?
It's not who, but what. Mid-scales, the ones she made for her workshop. I borrowed them
Okay.
to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson, well, they vanished. My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had nothing to do with their having disappeared. Which
Okay.
almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
Allow me to help.
Perhaps a visit from Sid will jog their memories.
I think it just might. Thank you. I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. But if they have, I'll have no choice but to discipline them accordingly. They were in the
course.
atrium when I last saw them. As always.
On balance. Yeah, what am I stuck on? Oh. Atrium, that is behind, isn't it? 'Cause I was going to say that's right, that's where my bloody quarters is.
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his own son's spear.
We're all gonna die! You hear me? The Akashic are coming and they won't.
What do you reckon we should do? I say we should just tell Miss Shirley.
You'll get us all striped. I'm telling you, I can fix them.
Sid!
Hard at your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
No. Of course it isn't.
Well, not anymore, it's not. Oh,
And just how long hasn't it been one?
we're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We dismembered them.
Just like Miss Mididol showed us.
Disassembled.
Miss Mididol. And why would she have you dismembering her creations?
Because that's the only way to become a ninja-neer.
Ninja
Miss
near.
Middledore said, the best way to see how something worked is to take it apart and put it back together again.
Well then, your work is already half done. Carry on.
About that.
The taking apart was easy enough, but it's the putting back we can't work out.
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom. Then...
You three need to learn to take responsibility for your actions. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall we?
Inspect scales.
All right. Everything here was once part of Miss Middledor's scales. Every piece has its own role to play, and each is just as important as the others. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces, the body. Its role is to support everything else. But what of the others?
The gear.
This tiny piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear. Have you ever seen one before?
I have. Miss Middledore's dungeon is full of them. Most are on the floor.
She puts them in all her inventions. They spin round and round and round and round and...
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move. Do you remember if there was anything on the scales that moved?
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple. And then somebody ate it.
Not my fault. You shouldn't have tried weighing it before lunch.
We know what part's supposed to move and how it's supposed to move. So, let's put the pieces together first, see what doesn't move, and then stick the cogwheel to that.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
You see? It's not so difficult.
Right. The pans.
These round parts are called the pans. You all know what a pan is, don't you?
I do. Molly uses them in the kitchens to fry bangers.
But these aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. They're for weighing stuff.
But what if I wanted to weigh Goots? I don't think he'd fit on that little thing.
Probably not.
What are the chains for? Holding the pans up?
Well spotted. Which means something must hold the chains up in turn.
Bangers and mash in ages. For us Brits, that's mashed potatoes and sausages. But rather simple, but it's quite delicious together. Usually either beans, baked beans or gravy with it.
This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
You're right. It looks more like a wing. Like a chocobo wing!
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Will you teach me to ride one day?
Maybe.
I'll think about it. Now, what do arms do?
Hold things. So wait, maybe this arm holds things too?
Good thinking. You're on the right track. So, now that we've taken stock of the parts and learned what they do, what do you think?
I think we've got it.
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me what goes where, and I'll put the scales together.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo.
And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good. Let's see if that works. There. All finished.
Yes! We did it!
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three engineers who showed me how.
That's right. We're Miss Middledore's hares.
Hares.
Yeah, hares for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid? Are we almost ready?
With a little more help from Miss Midadol and Miss Shirley, I'd say it won't be long at all.
You hear that? It won't be long.
Until then, though, do try to be honest with Miss Shirley.
Hey, look! We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
He was actually pretty good with the kids then. Right. Time to go back to Miss Shirley, shall we?
That? Tell me you saw that.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be...
Well, did you solve the mystery?
It was as you thought. The children had the scales, or the parts of them at least. They dismantled them to see how they worked.
Oh, no, Mid will have my head.
Thankfully she won't. This might even have been her idea. Although I was the one who ended up teaching the lesson.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I know how busy you are. I shall see that the children are properly punished.
No
Please,
need.
there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the three of them under her wing. She's even calling them her heirs. She'd have them follow in her footsteps. And her father's.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so much time at the hideaway of late?
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Canva. Is that not true?
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange for full tuition, room and board, they asked her to oversee the design of several new war engines.
Oh.
To anyone else it would be an opportunity, but to Mid, who lost both her parents to war, it was a bitter pill. One she was none too keen to swallow. But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people hope. The very last thing war can be said to do.
Which explains her heirs. She's working to give them a better life. And so should I. What's the odd engineering lesson?
Oh, you've given them far more than that. And I'm sure they're very grateful.
Quest complete. On balance. Black bug and gill. Black bug, black blood, and gill bug. Right, before we carry on... Oh, no, I was in the right room. Do we have any more stories for, I forgot his name. Hippocrates.
Good morrow to you, my friend. I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them. If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it. Did you learn everything you needed?
Right. We have side quest in the area we're going to, don't we? Yes. So time to carry on from where we left off. For a little bit anyway. we're in for a fight here, it seems.
This one. Now, Torgal! Attack!
Done. There's an item down there. And that thing's back. Nah, it's probably only something like that. So no point really. Oh, there's some more enemies here though.
All yours, Torgal! Go, Torgal! Sickle! Go, Torgal! This one!
I'm still alive?
It's over!
I would have thought that would have been first to go once I chucked the lightning out. Clearly not.
Tell us about Yote, Joshua.
She's strong-willed, loyal, and deadly with a blade. Much like Clive, but with better manners.
Is that a fight or?
You're finished. Go, Torgal. It's over.
Done. Oh, poor chocobos. Oh, the poor things. Oh, hello there, people. Why you just stood there? No.
I do. Where are you off to now, then? Bound for the Free Cities, perhaps?
Indeed.
Oh, no need to say if you'd rather not. We all have our reasons. Ain't exactly feeling like sharing with strangers myself at the mo. Truth be told, I could do with a bit of inspiration. Don't know which way to turn no more. Was doing a roaring trade back in Oriflamme. Right up until the poor Drake lost her noggin. So, thought I'd try me luck in the desert. And the Fang went the same way. Don't get me started on the mess in the bloomin' Dominion. Suppose I could try Camber next. But knowing my luck, the old place be crawling with the works before I'd even set out me stall. But as I always say,
Probably.
where there's crisis, there's opportunity. The opportunity to mint Gil, that is. So, where to next? Is there any money to be made in Ash? Do orcs even carry Gil?
That was a lot of talking for a merchant. Right, who's got a quest for us here? It seems. Oh no.
You're injured. What happened here? Where are your comrades?
Ether flood. Up ahead. It swallowed our camp while we slept.
Oh, that's not good.
My own men did this. Turned. Every last one of them. There's a village not far from here. Tabor. The people were kind to us. It's only a matter of time before they won't stand a chance. We can't let those monsters reach the...
Those people need my help.
I'll go. You catch your breath.
Thank you. Our encampment is up ahead. Just off the track. They must not reach. Tabor.
They will not.
Forgive me, Lord Kupka.
Rest well, soldier.
Bad blood.
You said the encampment was close. Let's hope the Akashic is still there.
Indeed. There's the flood.
Another ether flood. They're everywhere now.
We can't go round it.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
Good. I got here in time.
Over here! This one.
Alright.
Get him!
I like hurting in this game. Leave me alone, I'm trying to get Mega Flare done. It's level 1. Ooh, poor Jill. Level 2's almost done. There we go.
Over here!
Enemy slain. Sharp Fang, Bloody Hide, and Magic Ash.
Is someone there? Please!
Someone's alive still?
I can't move my leg!
That doesn't sound like an Akashic.
Oh, there he is.
You're with the battalion?
I am. I heard the fighting. Are the others?
Taken care of. One of your brothers in arms told me what happened and asked for help.
Another survivor? Where is he? Tell me.
His wounds were too deep.
I thought your legs were hurting.
He was right to send you. Those things you slew are no longer my brothers. Tabor is safe thanks to you. Here, you've earned it.
You need it more than us, though. Quest complete. Bad blood. Pretty sure we've got enough to get the next thingy reward now. Magic Ash. 100 of it. Bloody hell. Meteorite.
You seem familiar. Have we met?
You must have me confused with someone else.
Wait. That scar.
Son of a whore. You're Sid. I was there in Cosnis when you killed my brothers. I was there in Rosalith when you killed my commander.
My war with Hugo Kupka is over. I bear no ill will toward those who followed him.
And what of my ill will? Coward! Draw your steel. Lord Kupka shall be avenged!
I don't want to, but he can barely stand.
When your wounds have healed and your head has cooled, come and find me if you must. Though I hazard your life would be better spent in service of those who need it. Or have you forgotten your oath to the Republic?
My oath? What would you know of oaths?
I know how hard they are to keep. which is why I'm giving you the chance to keep yours.
No. I won't be deceived. Lord Kupka told us of your crimes. You are an outlaw. A murderer, not some
Man. Like you or anyone else.
I am nothing like you. But if you're not gonna kill me, then go. Leave! Just know that I will find you, Sid. Someday.
I can surely try. Ooh, chest. Mind if I do? Empty shard. Okay. Any other chests, or is that the singular one? There is an item behind the tents, though. Free desert roses. Another 3 desert roses. Thank you very much.
Quiet.
Not really worth fighting, so I'll just carry on.
We're nearly there.
Have you been to Tabor before?
There are a few places I haven't.
Hello. Tabor, an Almacian Republic.
Where now, Joshua?
There is a residence just inside the city gates. She awaits us within.
Oh, awesome. Anything here? There is a shop. Let's see what they've got to purchase.
Here, take a look at my wares.
Diamond sword. Silken sash, no. Diamond armlets. Let's buy one of them.
Anything else?
And all of that.
A fine choice. Take care.
Nice. Right, in we go.
My Lord Marquis, it is an honor. I am Yote, Knight of the Undying, charged with the protection of His Grace Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix.
Of course. It all makes sense now.
Would you care to elaborate?
The Undying are loyal servants to the ducal throne. Or more specifically, to its heir. They have served our family for generations, albeit from the shadows.
Since their inception, they have been tasked with the preservation and enactment of the rites of ancestral communion. After the events at Phoenix Gate, it was the Undying who delivered me to safety. And since the day I left Rosaria, Yote has been my constant companion and protector. Without her sword, I would not have survived my journey across the realm.
Rise, Lady Yote. You saved my brother. I owe you a debt I can never repay.
I but did my duty.
Come now. Tell us what you've discovered.
Your Grace. It is as you feared. The vessel we spied off the coast of the Crystalline Dominion on the night of her fall. It was the Einherjar. Beyond any doubt,
Okay.
The Black Galleon.
Joshua, the Einherja is the Royalists' flagship. What business would they have in the Dominion?
Upon learning of Waloed's involvement in recent events at Drake's Fang, I sensed the malign influence of Ultima, and bid Yotei and the Undying look into the matter.
We have reason to believe that the Black Galleon weighed anchor shortly after the fighting began, and set a course due south.
For Canva. Then it is Waloeda knights who besiege the cities.
What is left of them? Yes.
Oh, that's
and the
not
Black
good.
Galleon sails at but one man's behest. Barnabas Tharm.
Meanwhile, the Agora, free cities of
But
Canva.
are we truly safe here in the Agora? The city guard have been paid, if that's what you're implying.
All the more reason for them to run.
Well, you are free to leave, Lord Minister.
Markets abandoned, warehouses aflame, blackened hulls choking every port in the capital. Canva is ruined.
The realm teeters on the brink of chaos, and all you can think about is commerce!
Forgive us. We were not aware Dhalmekia now subsisted on charity.
Quite.
How dare you?
Oh, that's not a good sound.
Distinguished members of the Council, you must forgive His Majesty this intrusion.
What is the meaning of this?
A trifle crowded, but I fear it will have to serve, my liege.
Very well.
My colleagues, do you not see? The king! He has come to save us from the Akashic! He is a gift from the heavens, divine intervention, our very salvation.
And of course, if it is compensation he requires, we would be most willing to negotiate a fair price for services rendered.
Fools! Your ignorance unbecomes you.
Your Majesty, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would swear that the fiends washing the cobbles of Canva with the blood of her citizens wear the colors of Waloed. Ha! So you do not deny it. Guards, fetter them, and see our guests to the dungeons!
Enough.
Oh, shit.
Pathetic creatures. That you should imagine yourselves worthy of salvation. The girl is still here, somewhere in the city. Her consciousness fair dripping with her late father's hubris. A consciousness to which Mythos is inextricably bound and inexorably drawn. See that he is made welcome.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Come, Mythos. Surely the prince's light cannot have sated you. So then, how long has Waloed been under Ultima's control?
How long indeed? Based on what we know of Barnabas's actions, I would guess some few years, mayhap more.
But to what end? What does Ultima want?
The tapestry. Show them.
Ultima wants you, Clive. Or, well, more your body, not you.
By the flames.
Phoenix Gate, Drake's Breath, and now here. But what is it?
It is old, ancient, even. Naught remains of the faith it represents, save what can be gleaned from the image itself. None could tell me what the one in the apothecary meant, even the Undying. But I believe it may be the key to discerning Ultima's purpose. That figure in the center, the one beneath whom the icons congregate, that I believe to be Ultima. He is a god, or at least godlike, his very existence beyond our ken. The icons, and by extension their dominants, are meant to be his subjects, and while some, like Barnabas, have accepted this role, others have rejected it. Like you, Clive, which is rather inconvenient, as it appears he needs you most of all. And gods don't like to be disobeyed.
No,
That they do not.
I don't suppose they do.
Clive, may I tell Yote of the lake?
The lake?
By all means.
Right, okay.
Yote, I will be accompanying my brother to the Free Cities. Whilst we are afield, I would have you watch over those Clive has made his wards. Omielos delan tuisag ilith. Though well concealed, the hideaway lacks trained fighters to defend its occupants should they be discovered.
But it is my duty to...
As it has ever been my brother's duty, remember.
If that is your wish, Your Grace. But please be safe. If aught were to befall you,
You have my word.
Has Joshua got himself a girlfriend?
Farewell, my lord, my lady.
We are in your debt, Yote.
Let's find our friends.
Indeed. To be honest, that kind of looks like when Ifrit and Phoenix joined together. More than Ultima.
It's
Then
plain
again,
she
we
cares
haven't-
for you very deeply.
And I her, which is why I had to let her go.
We haven't seen Ultima's true form yet, have we? Other than that Python that we fought. I'm assuming he was... like...
Careful how you pack that leather. Any creases or scratches will bring
turn
out
into
the price.
Typhon or something. Alright, there's 2 side quests here. Oh, wrong button. Is there anywhere else? No, it seems there isn't. There's a patch of area there that's not been touched by the blight. Why is that so special? I suppose we probably can't get to it. Because if you can barely see them, but the chain's here. I'm guessing that's the world border. where we can't go. Either way, it is very late for me right now, so I am gonna end here. Let me save. I know I saved not long ago, but I'm gonna save here because, as you can see, it's basically midnight. So I'm gonna get some sleep, and I'll probably be on as early as I can tomorrow. So to whoever's watching, cheers, and until the next one.